right, let's go ahead and install this NDZ Performance Enhanced Safety. So this is the factory one it comes with here, and this is the new upgraded NDZ one that we're going to install. So first things first, I have the slide locked all the way to the rear, chamber's open, the weapon is unloaded, the safety is on. You can't see the whole thing, but my bench is clear of any and all ammunition, and I'm wearing safety glasses, so safety first. All right, so first thing we want to do is we want to take off the factory safety, and I'm not sure how easy it is to see, but this is an anti-tamper screw here. So you can thread it down, but it's much harder to get out. So the trick for that is we need to use a hammer just to get some bite on the screw in order to unscrew it. So I've got my multi-tool of death from my rack that I'll be using as my hammer, and just your average run-of-the-mill screwdriver. All right, I didn't like how that first screwdriver was feeling in here, so I went and grabbed a different one. I'm just gonna give it some taps with the multi-tool of death. Make sure it's got a good bite on there. And pop this sucker out. Now it's coming. Mangled it up a little bit, but that's okay. So off it comes. Gonna want to save this piece and the little ball that's right there. Don't want to lose track of that either. Alright, so I went ahead and took this plate off of the factory safety. I'm going to reuse this guy here. So on our enhanced safety, you can see that it's not quite symmetrical. So I'm going to be putting this part towards the rear of the gun. Looks like a little bit shorter. So I'm just going to be using the tip of my thumb to turn the safety off as I push forward. And then I'll be using more surface area of my thumb on the longer side as I'm turning it back on. So we want the holes on the plate to be going towards the rear. So we're going to line it up just like that. I've already put a tiny bit of blue Loctite on the screw here. So we'll get this guy lined up. And down here, that ball I mentioned earlier, you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, but there's a little spring that's just forward of the red safety off dot, and you want that ball to be sitting right on top of the spring. And we'll go ahead and get this sucker lined up, make sure that that spring stays in place. So I have my torque wrench set to 15 inch-pounds right now. I could not find documentation that says what it's supposed to be, so I'm thinking that's probably a pretty good place to start. Alright, so we'll give it a little test run here. Safety off, safety on. Alright, sounds like we're ready for a quick function check. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to lock the slide to the rear. Going to inspect the chamber, see that it is empty, the weapon is unloaded, and we see that our safety is on, so we'll give it a pull. Hammer does not fall. We'll go ahead and move the slide forward. Try the trigger again. Hammer still does not fall. So we'll go ahead and pop the safety off. Booger hooker on the bang switch. Hammer does fall. We can go ahead and check our reset. And one more time with the safety on. And it is working as intended. All right, let's go ahead and install the magazine follower. Okay guys, next on the agenda, we're going to be installing this enhanced magazine tube follower. So first step is we need to remove our barrel. Very easy to do on the Mossberg, so we're just going to unscrew this guy. to move our slide about halfway forward, and our barrel should just slide right off, just like that. Set that to the side. Now, I suppose one way to do this would be to totally unscrew the magazine tube. I know that these on the newer Mossbergs they have thread locker on them, so you need to use a heat gun to break that up. The much easier way, in my opinion, is to just go straight through the top. So we're just going to pop this out. Just need a little screwdriver to do that. So be careful as it comes out because the spring is still under tension. There we go. And out comes the spring. Just like that. And we'll eject the follower. Go. Here's our factory follower. So we'll set that to the side. And if you want to take this opportunity to stretch your spring out or clean it, good time to do that. This one's almost brand new, so it still looks pretty good to me. So we're just gonna take the follower, make sure it's on the end of the spring here, and drop it back down. Put the cap back on. Now we can throw our barrel back on. And screw this back down. Okay. And now we can see our enhanced mag follower there. Nice and obvious red, so we know when our magazine is empty. All right, that's it. Let's take it out to the range and do some patterning.